This conference will now be recorded.
Any string functions? Name some string functions. That's a question.
str,
Right, str,
int,
int. Very nice. We went to server. Desktop is gone. Start classes again. There are a lot of string functions, isn't it? Ayyo. No one. We are getting one function now. Split. Yeah. Contains. Trim. And interestingly, this is also one type of interview question. So they were asking, can you name some number functions? Can you name some string functions? Can you name some logical functions? Can you name some aggregate functions? Right? So if you keep on thinking like that, then it's very difficult to convince the interviewer. So don't you find functions like split, find nth, replace? Don't you find those functions? I have to again show you what are all different functions we have. String, there's a very big list here. Contains, ends with find end, the left, the length, the lower, trim, max, minimum, split. All right, so you have got a lot of string functions. So when we already have these functions, then why do you need these 4 different types of functions? So these are also coming up under the string functions only. But why do we use them? These are very, very powerful, very fast, performance is high, and most importantly, we can retrieve the patterns from the strings. That's what it is used for. All right, so before we understand these 4, so we have to understand like when do we use them and what are they, and then so let's just read this line here. So just to remember that everything in regular expression is a character. So remember this, very, very important. Whatever we do using regular expression functions, please remember that the logic we apply is basically for every character. Okay, and let's say, for example, I got this input from the database or from any column. So this one has the URLs here, and this URL, I just need to get the name of the domain or the name of the website. Then you might have to pull only this text here, isn't it? This text or this text. All right, so sometimes you see HTTP, sometimes you see HTTP, yes, but retrieve only the part of the text. Then the regular string functions is not very, very helpful. No, you cannot really do that with the simplicity. You cannot do that. But the easy way is use the regular expression. And sometimes you will get the column names with email IDs or your phone numbers, and that column contains, let's take the phone number columns, and you might find like some customer is +1, some customer is +91, some customer is +44, and then you will have the telephone number. So I need to retrieve only the part of the value from a column. Then the regular expressions will be the only one which will be very, very useful. Right? And sometimes you will have the email IDs. Right? So abc@gmail.com, and sometimes @yahoo.com, and @tcs.com, @infosys.com. And so I just need to get now only the name of the company here. I don't need the username, I don't need .coms, and I just need the names of the companies. So let me retrieve only a part of the text from a string. Then regular expressions are the very, very useful ones, and it's very simple to use, and it's very fast, very powerful. And the logic which we learn today, it is the same for any technology which you use. It can be the coding, it can be C, C++, VB, .NET, Java, or it can be anything for any other technologies, the data science technologies. The regular expressions, how you write your strings. Okay, that means the logic, how you write, is the same for any technology. Okay, and just one more part to understand here. So what is that here? Yeah, I did say about that, isn't it? So everything is essentially a character. So please keep this in mind as long as we are trying to understand regular expressions, right? Now let's get started. So how do we use them and what logic we have to apply? So now it is very important that we know some symbols and the meanings for those of symbols. And do you need to remember them? Yes, it is mandatory that you have to remember. You have to remember these symbols and the meanings of these symbols. It looks a lot of list here, but it's very simple to use when you get used to it. All right, so only if we use them, then we will get our required output. And just remember, we have got some numbers 0 to 9. We have got some alphabets, small a to small z, and capital A to capital Z, and some special characters, isn't it? So we can group everything into these 4 categories, right? And just remember this, and based on these only we will try to implement the left side symbols, and we'll see how to work with them. Right, so reading one by one doesn't make much sense, but let's try to implement them, and then we'll try to understand how to use them. And you can easily tell the answers in today's session itself. All right, so let's begin the regular expressions, and let's go to W. Okay, now this is coming for every 5 minutes. So let's kill this task scheduler, otherwise it will be disturbing us. So go to task scheduler, and I did say for only one day. Let's put here running, and this is the one which we kept yesterday, isn't it? Created date is 10 yesterday, yes. So let's put that at disable. So don't run that, otherwise it keeps on disturbing things. And then let's say refresh, and then okay, now don't run that. Okay, so it's showing enable, that's fine. So it should be stopped now. All right, let's get back to Tableau, and then let's start with the customer names. All right, so we have the customer names here, and let's start understanding how do we use the regular expressions. So put it to string, type here regular expressions, and you will observe that you have 4 different functions for regular expressions. This is for extraction, this is for extracting nth group, this is for a group, and is it matching the one which you wrote, And if you observe the right side, it is all like a slash w star w dot dot dot. So many things, isn't it? You don't understand anything. And there's another one which is replace function. So we'll talk about all four of them. All right, so let's begin with the first one, regular expression extract. Double click this, and let's put here expression one. Close that. So don't worry about how does they explain, because I can do better than what you have there. And observe how many inputs you have to pass. I need to pass two inputs to this function. First one is a string. So I want to take the string as the customer name. All right. So I want to take the string as a customer name. And then now my first requirement is get me the first character of a customer name. So get me first character of every customer name. That's what my requirement is. Okay, if you want to get only the first character, then we can have used the string function, isn't it? So we can say left of the customer name, comma 1 gives you the first character. Yes, but let's see how to use that using regular expression. So remember, the syntax to use the regular expression is, so we have to put in single quotes. That means it is a string. And then inside this, you have to use these two symbols, which is called as the group. So these two symbols are called as the group. That means I'm grouping the characters here. Okay, so the first thing, let's put here, but observe the second input, it is asking pattern. Remember, for regular expressions, we will retrieve the patterns from the string. Right? That patterns are also characters only. So use two single quotes and then use these two things. This is a group in regular expression. And how to get here the first character from customer name. Then inside this group, we have to write something here. Again, use these as square brackets. So square brackets means include. Square brackets means include the values which I am typing here. And so it looks like many things, but only few things only. So don't worry much now. Expressions. And then, okay, did that save? Okay. So if you observe the customer names, it is starting with the alphabets, isn't it? And is it a lowercase or the uppercase? It's looking like the uppercase. Okay, then inside this include group, I'm saying here capital A to capital Z. That means the value can be anything in this list. So get me the first occurrence of that character. That means how does it work now? So this will be applied to this customer name. So in this customer name, what is the first occurrence here? Capital A. So is this alphabet coming in between these two things, capital A to capital Z? Yes, definitely it is coming in between this list. So that's why it will retrieve the first character A. So like that, it looks for each word and looks for the first character. Okay. Let's say apply and then get this calculated field here. So put here the calculated field and then observe the outputs. All right, so now the customers are starting with A, and if you look at that, the C, and you can see that we are able to retrieve the first character, isn't it? Now, if my requirement here is, get me or let's say, sir, if I use small a to small z, so what happens here? So what happens here is, in this string, it will search for each character. So is the first alphabet A. Now if we take the first word, so now is this character coming in this range? Now these are small alphabets, but this is a bigger one. Then this will not be considered. Then it looks for the next character. Oh, it is a small a, then it is coming in between this range. Then it will retrieve the second character but not the first character. So that means where this pattern is matching, then it is going to retrieve that list here. So if you observe, so capital A, you are not getting capital A because we said small a to small z, and it is looking at the first occurrence where it is coming in between this range. Now my requirement here is, sir, get me first two characters. My requirement here is, get me first two characters. Right? So here let's put it here, first two characters from customer name. Okay, let's write the same thing here, regular expression extract, and then take the customer name, put it inside this, the system inside this. Okay, let's put that, comma, and then how is the syntax? So we have to write single quotes, and then inside this use a group, and then use the include option. Now if I say small a to small z, I'm getting second character. If I say capital A to capital Z, I'm getting first character. Now how to get two characters means, so type here capital A to capital Z, small a to small z. So if I say like this, will I get first two characters or will I get only one character? So what do you think, only one character or two characters? Because now I'm including both capital and small. What do you think now? It will retrieve two characters or one character? So it's still going to retrieve single character only. So now hit apply, and you can see I'm getting capital A. That means what is this meaning here is, let's say the first customer name is like this, isn't it? By any chance, if the second customer name is like this, observe here, first one is a capital, yes, it is in the list. Second one is lowercase, is that in this list? What is this means? Capital A to capital Z or small a to small z. So whatever you find, either this or this, get me the output. So now here it will retrieve capital A, here it will retrieve small r. But only how many characters? Only one character. But here if you look at this name, everything is a capital letters only. That's why you don't see the difference. But in case if you have like this, then it returns both of them. Okay. But what is my requirement? I want two characters, no matter what. Which combinations you have, capital, lower, all capitals, I really don't care. I want first two characters. So if you want first two characters means, then we have to use another symbol. So what is that symbol which you have to use is, use the flower braces And then how many characters? I want 2 characters. Right, so what I'm doing here, I'm using the flower brace, and inside that I'm saying here 2. And let's say apply, then you should see for every customer. Right, so you can see we are getting first 2 characters here. Right, so which one we are applying means, come back here now. So here if you see we used the square brackets. Square brackets means include only what you have in that list. That means either A or B or C. And we used which symbol now? Repetition. So we used something in the flower braces. So I said the repetition. So how many? 2 characters. So I used flower braces here. Okay, and that's what we are trying to see here. So use this option to retrieve first 2 characters. All right. Now I changed my mind and I said, get me the first name of the customers. So now first name of customer means I cannot write here 2, 3 or 4, because one customer is having 10 characters, another customer is having 4 characters. Then how should we get the logic here, isn't it? So how should we get the logic here? Yeah, regular expression extract, and take the customer name, that here, comma, then use single quotes, and then this is a group, and then inside this, what I can say, so these are alphabets, isn't it? So there are no numbers here. So be very careful. There are no numbers, no special characters, only alphabets. So I would like to say capital A to small z, small a to small z. But how many should I write here, isn't it? But how many should I write here? I cannot use this symbol, because if I say here 5, then observe only some customers who are having 5 characters, they will get the list, 5 or 6, and I can see only Willie matching, but William M is getting truncated. Okay, then how to solve this problem? Now remove this here, and can I say here plus? Oh, what is this plus here? All right, so observe, I said plus here, and I'm getting the complete first name, and here when it is Willie, I'm getting full name. Okay, let's test it for anything, smaller, bigger. So you can definitely look for any customer name here we want. Susan, yes, a bigger name, yes, a bigger name. And then very big name, yes, very big name. What's the logic here? So what is plus? All right, so what is plus here means this pattern will be applied for every character. So let's take one name here. Let's take one name, Stacy. Oh, even here we have something, an Indian name. If you observe, everything is a character. So first, it will check for this. Is this character coming in this range? Yes, so it will retrieve this word. T, yes, it is coming here. Get me that word. A, yes. C, yes. Y, yes. Then what is this here? Space. There is a space here. So is a space coming between these two? No. Space is a special character. And what is plus operator now? Plus operator is nothing but when you keep on searching, and if you find them with one or more repetitions, keep on searching for the next characters. Right, so unless you keep on finding any breaks, keep searching for every character, and when it is not matching, then you stop looking at the characters. That's the plus operator is, we have to remember, it is one or more repetitions, and the star is 0 or more repetitions. So when we use 0 or more repetitions, means when you have this word HTTP, sometimes you will find HTTPS. Alright, so here you don't find yes symbol here for some websites. So here yes is not available, so 0. We don't find that repetition here. Next, maybe you can use star in that case. Right? But let's talk about plus operator here because that's our requirement now. So how to get here the first name is keep on searching for that, and so I said plus because I don't know how many characters, then use just the plus operator. And do we have any other way of doing this here? All right, let's take a look. So the same question, any other way? Copy, and let's put that here. Okay. And I'll delete these things, and let's say here. All right, so how do we do that? Any other things here is, let's say slash s. Oh, what is this slash s here? So hit apply. You should get here nothing. Sorry, not slashes. Let's use capital S. Then I'm expecting. Now, is this yes meaning this yes? No, that's not for that yes. Observe here. Again, you are getting a single character only. Oh, how did we get here? When I say slash s, is it retrieving only first character? Now, the meaning here is slash s means non-space characters. Slash s means it is a non-space character. So you can say that it's a non-white space character. All right, so we'll see where we can use this here. All right, so this is not a right place, but just remember we can have slash s as well. But I need first name, so then just come out of this square bracket and say plus. I don't know how many you have, so just say plus. So it will keep on searching until it finds until it finds a space, then it stops getting the characters. Now you can see we are able to get this similarly, isn't it? Yes, so just keep in mind. So we'll come back to this very soon. Now, another requirement. So get me the last name of the customers. So here I don't want first names. So get me the last names. Get me the last names of the customers. That means the last word. Then how do you use that? So put here customer name, comma, and then single quotes, the group, and then square brackets. Yeah, put it, no problem. And then what is the trick here? How to get the last character first? So the last character means it is also same thing. Capital A to capital Z, small a to small z. But if I say this, now I'll get the first character, capital A. Now I need the last character. Okay, if you need the last character, then use the dollar symbol here. Oh, if I use dollar, then the search pattern starts from the end. If we don't use this dollar symbol, then the search pattern starts from the beginning. So if I say dollar now, so then this logic will be applied from the right side. Now hit apply, you should see the last characters coming up in the list, isn't it? So N, E, R, the last characters. Okay, but I need the last word now. Then how do I get that? Can I say just plus? Let's see how easy it is the using the symbol operators. Oh, when I say plus, it's not retrieving. Okay, so let's put this plus here. Let's say apply now. So I'm able to get the last word very easily with these symbols. So this dollar should be at the end, and the search pattern is if it is a character with one or more repetitions, get me from the end, then start getting each character. So how this works is first it writes yes, then K, then C, then I, then R, and then the word, and then there is a space, and then it stops here. Then it goes to the next line. But don't think that it puts HEN. No, it starts writing the characters from the right side because we are using a dollar symbol here. All right. So how to get a last name is very easy now. Right? So we don't need find functions and then take the character, split it, and then get the second split. It's all headache. So just use the simple logic here. You will get it very easily. And any other way? So we should be having multiple ways to work with the regular expressions. So instead of all this nonsense, because I don't want to type 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6 characters, I'll just say here /s. Even I want to reduce the number of characters. Okay, will that work? So hit apply, and we should see the same output, isn't it? So there's no change here. So it's the same output as well. All right, so /s is also for any non-white space. Okay, this is fine. So we have only two. Now here observe. This is a one which is very interesting. First name, middle name, last name. Get me only the middle names, please. All right. So what is my requirement? Get me the middle name. That means the second word which I am seeing here in the list. So that means I'm asking here, get me the second word. So if I say second word in this list, this is a one, but here the second word is this one. So how to get only the second words here? Okay, so how to get only the second words? So first word we know, last word we know, but how to get the second words here? Get the middle names if exist, else it will be last names. Right, so put the same thing, regular expression extract, and what is that here? That's the customer name, comma. Okay, now how to get the second word? So first thing, put here the single quotes, put here the group, and then can we first try to replicate everything here what we have? So that means to get me the complete word. Let's try that. So now if I say here the slash capital S, what do I get? I get the first character, but here I would like to say plus. Then what do I get here? First name. That's fine. Can you get me first name and the second name here? I want both of them. First name and the second name. Okay, again continuation only because we are taking only first name. After first name, what is there here? So you have a space and then the second name is starting here. So now we have to tell to this pattern after first name there is a space. So capture the space as well. So how to capture the space is /s. So small s is get the space as well if it is there. So hit apply and the space will be added, but really you cannot see that space here. Now I captured space and I want a second word as well. Okay, you want second word as well. Then write the same thing here, square brackets, capital S, apply. Now you see only one character here. Now get me the complete word. Then use which operator? Use plus operator and hit apply. Then I'm able to see first two words. But what I need is only the second word. I don't need first word. Okay, then say observe here. How we are writing here is this is the first word, this is the space, this is the second word. Now I need only this part. I don't need first word and space. Then the easy way here is cut it and place it outside of this group. All right, so what I'm doing here is, so this is a group. So what is there inside the group? Only that will be the output. But here I'm still having this in the single quotations. But there is no square, there is no bracket here like this. That means this is a group, and what is there inside a group? Only that will be the output. But still here I'm having first word, space, second word. But don't show me output this one, show me output this one. Okay, and let's say apply, then you should see only the second word. Right, so you should see only the second words here. Right, so that's how we can have this. So only second words, no first word, no last word. But if you don't have the word, then that's fine. We're seeing only B, and we see the output. So what we learned something new here is, so we can have few things inside the group, few things outside the group as well. And this is a pattern. This is called as the pattern here, and that's what you are seeing here, pattern. Pattern is characters, space, characters. Okay, let's put this here, and let's take another example here. So let's apply this for some order IDs. Let's put here order ID. Okay, order ID is plain number. It's very bad. I don't need a plain numbers. Let's add another text file. So this is also used to solve some problems. Okay, observe this order ID. So the first one, it says CA. CA means country. It's a Canada. US, it's a US state. Now if I ask you the question here, is how many orders did we get from US and Canada? See, there is no country here, there is no dimension here with the name country, isn't it? But where this information is available, this information is available in the order ID. In the order ID. So some are coming as a CA and some are coming as a US. So now I want to get the count, how many from US and how many from Canada. That means here you have to find out, or you want to break this order ID into separate column. So we have to create a column now which says it's a country. Right, so can we do that? All right, now let's say here this is a country, and let's use here regular expression extract. And what you want to extract, I want to extract the first two characters, comma. Now can you help me how to get the first two characters from this list? Single quotes, have a group. So it's very clear here, only first two characters here. Then, and is it in capitals as well? Yes, it is in capitals as well. So how many characters? Only two characters. Use these two characters. Let's hit apply and put this here. So what you are getting? So you are separating the country here, isn't it? You're separating country from this list. And how many orders did you get from this CA and from this US as well? So can you find out now? So I'm a little interested to see who can find out this answer. How many orders you got from US and from Canada? That means you want to count them and show me the orders. So how to solve this? Can anyone help? I want to solve this question. How many orders did we get from US and Canada? So I want to show something like this. US, lay 100, and Canada, and let's say 50. So I want to show these numbers. Any inputs from anyone? If condition, count. Very nice. So observe here, it's very simple than you assume. So let's remove this order ID from this list. So what I'm doing here is remove the order ID from this list. You now got two countries here. Then just put the same order ID back into the columns and convert this into count. Solve. See how easy it is. So you are showing Canada, you got this many orders, US, this many orders. Right? So no need to do any if conditions or nothing. Okay. I know you know all the logics here. You can definitely apply, but just remove that and you are getting the output here. Right. Okay, I'll keep this here. I'll go to the next one. Then what we know here is, let's make things little complex. So, or let's take the order ID again this time, and retrieve the order ID. That means only this number. That means I need only this number. I need only this number. I don't want this CA-2016. I don't need that. I just need this number alone. So how to get only numbers from this list? So this is all part of the data cleaning when you are trying to do some requirements. So when you get some requirements to find out so how many things from any particular column, then you have to break them, split them, apply some logics, then make your data ready. Now my requirement is get me only the order IDs. Okay, so how to get only order IDs? So here I'm saying order ID again, order ID, and here I'm saying only numbers. Only numbers. So here let's put here regular expression extract, and then which one? The column name, let's put that here, comma. Now can I read from the end? Now can I read data from the end, because order ID is at the end? Okay, I'll try reading that from the end. Put that here. Okay, and this time it is not alphabet, small a to small z, capital A to capital Z. That's a number. So what we should do now? So if it is a numbers, if you're trying to retrieve the numbers, then use /d. Small d is for digits. So if you apply the first one, so small d is for retrieving any digits. Okay. And then can I say apply? Can I say apply here? Then what is the output here? So what is the output do we get? We get only is this the last number? The last number is 6, but I'm getting 2 because it is reading the string from the left side only. From the left side, what is the first digit I am finding? This is a 2. That's why you are getting 2. No, read it from the end. Then which one we have to say? Dollar. Dollar symbol is read it from the end. Okay, now I set a dollar. Now what I'll get here? 6. But I want the full number. I don't want to type how many characters it is. I just say here plus operator and then hit apply. Then you should get only the numbers here. Isn't it? So you should get only the numbers. Okay, this is fair enough. Now, if I want to get here only 2016, the middle value, I need to get only the middle values here, 2016. Now, let's put that here as well. So get year from order ID. So how to get only the year value? All right, so again, extracting only, and then which one? Same order ID, comma, and then use single quotes, then the group. Okay, how to get the middle value here? Observe first, is it a number? Yes, it is a number. Okay, then use here -d. And if I set this, I got only the number 2. I want 4 characters. So you know that here is having 4. Can I say here 4? Can I say 4? Yes, definitely you can say 4, and you should. This is one way. Second, I don't want to use 4. Can I just say plus? Will it return still the same value? Hit apply, and you will see it returns the same value. So how it is knowing that it should break at 2016? Because after 2016 you are seeing hyphen. So this is a non-digit. This is not a digit. And even here you have a hash before. So it is reading from character by character. Yes, digit, 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 digit. This is not digit. So it's breaking here, it's breaking here, and it is retrieving only 2016. Okay. All right. Now if I say get me only 2 digits from this here, that means no 20, just get me 16. Then is it possible? Definitely it is possible. There's nothing called impossible. So how do you get only the last 2 numbers of this here? Now can you apply the right function for this complete output? Can I say right of this comma 2? Can I say that? So can I club that again? Okay, so let's try that. It's interesting. So right of this regular expression and then comma, get me only 2 characters, and hit apply, then you are getting 16 here as well. It's a simple one, but why should I use write? So do I have any other ways? Let's think of that. Do you have any other ways? Definitely you should have that. So how to get that here? Let's write this pattern here. So the first thing here is capital A to capital Z, and then you have plus, then what I'm getting here, CA, then I want hyphen. So take hyphen here. So whatever you type here, that will come as your output. So you should get hyphen, and then you have the numbers. So you have hyphen D, and then I said here plus, and then hit apply. Then you are getting these values. But here I can put this outside of this string, and hit apply. Still I'll get 2016, but I need to get here only last 2 characters, but from the end. All right, so hit apply, and okay, this time it says null. Now let's put that here inside. Does that work? Okay, so it says no, I don't give you the output. It's very fine. It's nice. Okay, so if I say that it is, oh, what's the output here? Null /d. Okay, you're getting 2, and then definitely there should be plus. But here, even I don't know how to put that. Let's try. So I put the hash symbol. Yeah, definitely it says null value. It's fine, fair enough. Interesting one. Let's figure out. Let's figure out what to do here. So if I say hash, then I'll get the last 2 digits. But here, can't I say last 2 characters? Okay, that's bad. It's very strange. Why it doesn't give me that? All right, so it does give the output. So I can get only the last 2 characters, isn't it? Okay, so here we have to use multiple groups then. So with one group, so we couldn't find out that because we have to read the string from here to here, and then we have to come from the right. So there are 2 groups involved. Yeah. So let's put the pattern here. All right, so let's talk about this at the end, because we have 3 more functions to cover. But from the end, if you can get 2 characters, then so we can apply the same logic here, but for this time. So only problem here is you have to read the string from left to right first and then from the right. So you have to make two different groups here. Right, so we'll see that. And all right, so how to get only order IDs? I'll just put this and I'll just have this one here. Let's say apply. So let's keep this order IDs. Nice. And then let's move on to another example here. So let's take here the product names. This is what it is important. And here also my requirement is get me just the first word. It's very simple, same requirement, but observe here. First word of the product. So what is there? Same thing. So which we tried before. Why can't we use the same thing? Regular expression extract, take the product name, then comma. Give me the first word. Observe here. This one is having 1.7. Second one is having 1/4. And somewhere here you are having the 3D and the 3M. And maybe there are 6 inches. Oh, you are having different special characters here. And you have a big line 9, 3, 5, 4. So you have got so many combinations here, and even you have the alphabets as well. Now when you have the first word where it's not just the alphabets like the customer names, so how do we put all of them in this list now? It's a very tricky one. So if you say capital A to capital Z, small a to small z, and even you have numbers, isn't it? So I can say 0 to 9 and give me the output. So if we say this and put this first word here, then you will see null. Oh, that's bad. Oh, it's saying complete null here. Okay, so why complete null? Remove this. So let's say apply, and let's look at the alphabets now. Oh, very bad. First word of the product. So what's the problem here? The problem is we are not using the include symbol. That's the problem. So hit apply. Now we should see the characters. And what about the numbers here? So I want to see there are numbers as well. So I set 0 to 9 as well. So if you have any numbers, include them as well. So I included the numbers also this time. But here somewhere we saw special characters as well and hashes as well. So how to solve this problem? So we can say here plus, that's not a problem. And if you say apply, then you get here, you are losing the first character, you are losing the special characters here, but you get the first word wherever it is clear. But for something you are not getting the right outputs. So if you observe, I need to get 1.7 here and 1/4 and a 3- ring. So a typical example. So how to get the first words here? Then in this case, don't use these combinations. Just simply use the word capital S and hit apply. Then you can see that it should be very easily. And you get the first word for every name here. 1.7, 1/4, 3/ring, 3D, 3M, 6 inches, 934. So you see the first words now without any problem. That means where we can use capital S is for any non-space character. If you want to retrieve, then use /s and then just use plus. Now if I say first 2 words, then use the space operator, plus again, so sorry, not plus, and then you have only one space, isn't it? Then use slash capital S, and then say plus operator again. So then you will get here first two words. A typical one where you have to use only slash S, otherwise you don't get the result. Right, so this is one such example. Okay, and then so you have some examples to try them out. So I'll tell you if you want to try little interesting ones. So try to retrieve like this. So I gave you the string like this. So I'm asking you extract only the username. Sometimes extract only which are after this symbol. Sometimes only get me these words from the string. Right? So I don't need either this, I don't need .coms. I just need the name of the companies. I want to put it in separate column and find out how many Gmails are there. And similarly, use this for, take this a string, HTTP, this string, and I'm asking get me www where it is starting and where you find the .com. All right, so get that outputs. All right, so very typical ones and the tricky ones to answer them, but definitely give a try. Okay, and I gave one example for using star. So if you want to retrieve what you want to retrieve here using www, that means this one. Sometimes it can be lowercase, uppercase, then so get me that string. All right, so I need to get this string, this complete string. Okay, and now another example here. So get me only the domain name. So that means if this is your input, all right, so get me only here, which one we are looking at, this one. Okay, so try with different examples here, and I gave you some outputs as well. So try practice this for which function? For regular expression, extract function. But there are other functions as well. So let's take a quick look at the other function as well. So the other functions is, let's take here the product name as well. And now let's look at the other example. Let's put regular expression and let's talk about the second one here. This is regular expression extract nth function. What is this nth function? Let's take a look. Second value, or let's say nth group. So these are all good to know. It's not mandatory that you should know. These are all good to know functions where it is useful for data cleaning purpose. Put the product name here, and then if you observe, there are three inputs now: pass the pattern, pass the index. Okay, now can we just start writing the complete pattern to get first three words? Okay, what I need three words here. So I'm taking here brackets slash s, and then get me all characters, and then include a space, and then I need second word with so many repetitions, and then there might be a space, and then I want to get the third word, so use this. All right, and then comma, let's say here 1. So just use this number 1. Let's see what happens. Let's say apply and put that here. So what we are getting here is So this plus should be outside. All right, so let's say apply. And we should see 3 words coming up here. Now what I'm trying to do is, how many groups we are taking? Only 1. Can I have 3 separate groups for 3 different words? Yes, definitely. Then what you do is close the bracket here, open the second bracket, and close the bracket here, and open the bracket, close the bracket. Now how many groups we formed? This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. So we have created 3 different groups, and it is asking index. Now which group do you want to see? Which word you want to see? And I said 1. That means what is the value of the first group? So hit apply. We would see only the first value which is in the first group. Now get me the value of the second group. That means the nth group. So just say here 2. Then hit apply. Then we should see only the second word or the value in the second group. And then let's change here to 3. Then it applies. So even though you have 3 groups, now only value which is in the third group is shown in the list. Okay, so that means the nth means which group value you want to see. Right, so I want to see the third group value. And can't we do this using regular expression extract? Okay, let's take the same thing here and let's put that here and remove this nth function and remove this 3. Is this valid? 100% valid. So how many groups you have in extract function? Here also I have 1, 2, and 3. Let's hit apply. So what output do we see? Here is always it displays only the first group here. So this function retrieves the output of the first group only. That means, let's say here I did not give this symbol, I did not give this symbol. So where is the first group in this pattern? First group is this one. So now if you hit apply, you would see the second word coming up in the list. So the difference between extract and nth, extract function retrieves only the first group value. Extract nth retrieves the nth value which we are passing in the expression. That's the only difference. And this came in the interview only one time. All right, so only one time we got this question, but it's always good to know about the regular expressions. So that's about the regular expression nth group, nth function. And let's see the next one, which is the true or false. Let's take the order ID, and then let's take a calculated field, and let's write some third function, which is regular expression matching. Regular expression match, and then this is my input, comma. Now I'm trying to write some pattern. Now observe here. So what I'm writing here is, in this group, I said capital A to capital Z, and I said here 3. So what I'm asking here, get me first 3 characters from this string. Now you don't get any errors here. You don't get any errors. But whether is this valid or invalid? Let's put that here in the list. It says false. Okay, so why it says false? You don't find 3 characters here for alphabets. You only have 2 characters. So this tells you whether what you are writing is right or wrong. If it is false, then your logic is wrong. So I don't have 3 characters. It's just 2 characters. Now if you say apply, then it returns true. That means is the input string matching with your pattern? This is what it is trying to say. So can I write for the full string? Okay, I can write for the full string like this. So is there a hyphen? So if you hit apply, still you should see true. And now you have how many characters? I have 4 characters after hyphen. So I'm saying that's the digits. And here I can say here 4, or just I'll say plus. And then there is a hyphen there, hyphen, and then there are digits, and I'll say plus. So is this a right expression? So if you hit apply, then it still says true. So what you wrote here is matching with the input string. So this is a pattern. Yes, it is right. Right. So this function returns either true or false. And even we got this question once. What is regular expression match? So the pattern which we are writing, if it is matching, then it returns true. If it is not matching with the input string, then it returns false. That's only simple one. And then the last one here. What do we take here? The same order ID? Yeah, it's the same order ID. And then here I want to replace some words with something else. So the last one here, replace. Can you replace the strings as well? Can you manipulate? Yes, we can manipulate. And what's the function here? Regular expression replace function. Then take your order ID, comma. So what is the pattern you want to replace? Okay, so I want to replace some CA here. Okay, so can I replace that? All right, let's take a look. Can you replace that or not? Let's say here I want to replace, sorry, first I have to write a pattern. So now we'll say here, take it in a group, capital A to capital Z. You have 2 things here, and replace the first 2 characters with 1 thing here. Okay, so what you want to replace here is, let's say, and. Okay, let's put that here, apply, and replace function. And do you see here, now it is replacing CA with the word END. So that's how you can replace the function, use the replace function here with whatever strings you want to replace. Okay, so that's all about the regular expressions. Very interesting if you understand here which one is, where is this here? Right, so it went away. Regular expressions. All right, so if you understand these inputs, then it is very, very easy, interesting to answer many questions. So do you have to remember them? Yes, you have to remember. And what I'm trying to discuss here, this is the very basic, this is a fundamental of regular expressions. Right, so this is level 1 of regular expressions. So here you will find a little more interesting in-depth concepts in regular expression, which is of another 2 levels deeper. You can go and dig into it. This is nothing but like a small programming. So this is used in many ways, many technologies as well. And this is just fundamentals which we speak about. Okay, so with this, what all we had in our list, it is complete. And do you have any questions? It looks very typical, isn't it? But it's very easy when you just put these things in Tableau. Just use them. It will be very, very, very easy. Okay. So tomorrow we'll have our final session on our course. So what I'll be discussing tomorrow is some general topics. We don't touch either Tableau, desktop or server, but we'll just touch base some few things which we have. Like the Tableau Reader is one application, and so we'll just touch base the different components which I spoke about on day one. All right, so on day one, I spoke about different components of Tableau. So we'll touch base them again, once again, and then we'll talk about some process which you follow, and yeah, that will be the end of our course. All right, so any other questions before we wind up for today?
Sir,
Hmm?
sir, that one, sir, that review, sir, the star one, sir, I did try it, sir, but I didn't get it, sir. Could you please show that, sir?
Sure. Did I share that WhatsApp to you?
No, sir, but I didn't share, sir, but I did try, but I didn't get that, sir, how to do that. I did try in different ways, but I didn't get it, sir.
All right. I mean, did you do the reverse engineering of the sheet which I sent? Did you go through that? Is the question.
Sir, I did download it, sir, but I didn't go through the sheet which you have done, sir. But
That
I've
you
done
can.
something.
Yeah. So what I would say, just okay, hang on. If it is open here, if I can get that sheet within a minute, let's go through that. Why should we postpone things? Hang on. Issue things. Visual dashboard. So hang on for just 10 seconds. If it is ready, open that. Is this the workbook here which we're trying to look at? Yeah, this is one. So this was very handy. All right, so which one are you trying? First one or second one?
Sir, not both of them, sir, half one, sir. You said you tried 2.5, something like that, sir.
Okay. So that
That's when I.
requires calculated fields. That requires calculated fields to use. It's not a very direct answer. So you have to implement some calculations again. I thought these things. No. So if you can send the sheet, then maybe we can try to look at it. Because even I did not have that sheet, but it is possible. It's definitely possible. Maybe
Okay,
I'll
sir.
try to develop one for you in little free time, and maybe I'll share that.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Sure. You just have to use some calculations like 0.5 to get a 0.5 less than 5. I'll do the logic. This, so if you have like So that's W, and you had 3.5, SQL, let's say 4.5. Then you have to write a calculated field. So if this value is greater than 0.5 and less than 1, then you can give 1 star. So that kind of logic we have to use. And you need to have 5 logics, A, B, C, D, E. And then you need to apply for that. So for 3, it will be a full star. And when it comes to D, if this value is greater than or equal to 0.5, and if it is less than 1, then the value should be here 0.5. Then you should return 0.5, but for the above 3, you should return 1. If it is 0.5, then it fills only half of it. Did you implement this kind of logic?
Yes, sir. I did tried this kind of logic, sir. But even though I tried it, but the thing is that it is coloring total stars. Even I tried changing the data itself, sir. I mean, I have taken a new sheet with the new data, giving the values as 1.5, 0.5, something like that. Then I did try it with like that. I tried, and as well as I tried like 1.5, something like this, sir. But I didn't get it, sir.
Yeah, you should have 2 conditions. If it is greater than this, then apply that. Otherwise, you should have 2 conditions in if. If it is true, then yes, then otherwise, no. Don't worry, I'll try to get this for you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Sir?
Okay, looking at the chat window. Yeah, Harish, I know your resume is pending. I'll definitely do it. Last few days I was not really well. It's totally down, but I'm back and I'll get your resume done as quickly as possible. So I'll take your apologies for that.
Not really not. Okay, fine. When can I expect it, sir?
This Saturday I'll finalize that without any
Tomorrow,
deviation.
sir?
Yeah, tomorrow we'll finalize that.
Fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Long time. Now you have been waiting. You might tell something. Well, doesn't give my resume. Little down. So, but I'm now back again. Yeah, your resume is in the to-do list, in the top of the list, and the previous ones are all completed. So yours is in to-do list number 1, and I'll finish it off yours, and then we'll pick up the other things I have. So we'll finalize that tomorrow, Harish, without failure. Okay, so that's all for today then. So we'll meet again one last time for tomorrow. And it's always a sad feeling when it is the last day for any batch, because it's some kind of a bonding I have for every batch, for every students. But yeah, what to do? So you have to now fly these things and get into a good job, settle your things, and take your monthly salaries. Those who are freshers, you should get good salaries. Those who are already experienced, you have to change your positions with the next levels. If you are lead, apply for a senior lead or a project lead. If you are a project lead, then apply for project managers. And if you are already a manager, then apply for little higher positions. Right. So one thing was like we had even some directors as well. I should not say this, but so even they had some training on Tableau. They were like having 22 years of experience in IT, and they wanted to learn Tableau, but it was a very crash course for them. So complete Tableau in a week time, and yeah, and they changed some companies as well. It's very strange. But, yeah, they had tremendous knowledge, and it was like just exchanging of the views of the knowledge. So learning is there for everyone. So don't think that we know everything. So even I don't know many things, I just keep learning things. So keep learning every day something new, and just keep on moving until you are in the IT industry. Okay, so that's good. And we'll meet again tomorrow, final day, and then we'll find our own new ways. So good luck, and I'll say this again tomorrow. Bye for today.